I am Puzzle the Revolutionary. I am the founder of the Power and Leadership Movement, which is a movement that I started back in 2019 of October due to my experience that relates to all of our experiences. The intentions of this movement is to empower women, formerly incarcerated women, and families who are impacted by these issues. And I use my raptivism and I share my stories so that we can relate, so that we can share platforms, so that more voices can be heard. And so people joining this movement are joining this movement with the intentions of having their voices be heard. I am one of 1% to experience what I just experienced. And so a lot of people, for instance, a lot of women are, like 75% of women are sole providers of at least one dependent child or two dependent children. And so what that means is I don't have any children. And when I was in prison, that was not my experience. And there's a lot of mothers that's going through a lot of things as a result of that. And they need a platform to speak because we can't all speak for everybody. And I hope that people understand that that's not what I try to do, in the sense that I draw to my story. I draw to my story to shine light on a larger issue. You understand what I'm saying? And there's just a lot to get into. So another thing, one thing. Okay, so here's another thing. Please do not confuse this power and leadership movement with any other movement or groups. Do not associate this movement with any other movement. Do not attempt to associate us with any other groups. I created a new lane. We need a new lane. What that means is, I don't know what anybody else has experienced being on any other panels. I don't know what your experience was on any other protests. I don't know what your experience was when you came to an organization, when you came home from and looked for reentry services, for either housing, job, for support, for mental health, mental wellness, for an ear to listen to, and people offered help and never just came. I don't know what your experience is, but I am here to tell you this. My experience is your experience. Your experience is my experience. If it was not, I would not be here. I am the most controversial activist, female activist in New York City that you will meet today. I don't know about nobody else, and I'm only saying this because I know that in a lot of these spaces that I've been into, since I've been home these last 6 years in criminal justice, it's been a lot of outcasting. It's been a lot of blackballing. There's been a lot of shady shit, period. You understand what I'm saying? That when I look people in the eye and they really can't look me in the eye, but behind or in other events, and when I attend other events, you understand, and they different in different spaces, it just really makes me wonder, you know, what is really being said. And I know it's a lot being said because I'm going to get into it. You understand what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying. This movement is different from everybody else's because, like I said, this movement has no bosses. I'm not nobody boss. I'm a facilitator. I'm a collaborator. I am a community liaison. I'm about building power and leadership and facilitating and sharing information and resources and teaching and educating and sharing information. I've been in some very exclusive places. So this movement is mainly started by me because I've been in exclusive places, because I'm one of 1% to experience it, and because I got so much threats behind this, like death threats and all kinds of stuff. As far as anything else, just understand that, like I said, the movement that I have built is a very powerful movement, and I've been out and away from media for the last 9 months because I have been severely targeted by white supremacists, white nationalists, and other law enforcement that equates to those two things that I just said, as well as other correctional officers who are afraid ever since my testimony, as you can see, and the testimony of many others that were opposing the new jails in New York City. So, I just want everybody to know and be mindful and be aware that they are literally watching every single move that I make. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they all in my business, but, this is about building power and leadership. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with ourselves. We are trying to improve ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We are trying to build and create opportunities for ourselves, and we're no longer asking for it. We're no longer asking for these opportunities. We are demanding them. We demand these opportunities. And when I get into why we are going to demand these opportunities, if you've been paying attention, some of us should already know. So basically, I've created a space so that if we do want to put ourselves out there, hopefully we understand what we're doing. But if we don't and we end up finding out in the interim, I just want everybody to know, like, I want to create, first of all, I want everybody to know this. My raptivism is not on purpose. It wasn't intentional. And there's a demand for the work that needs to be done. And I want all of y'all jumping on board with me so that we can get it done. Because obviously I can't get it done alone. So, and like I said, everybody's stories are individual. And I want to create a way that we can have platforms so that we can speak about it. You understand? And that doesn't mean that you're isolated at all to this power and leadership movement. This power and leadership movement is not an organization. It's a movement. It moves. It does not have a location, and as it should not. And it's not located in New York City. This is for the people out there in Rochester, Buffalo, Syracuse, the people over there in Long Island, Staten Island, the people who are very further away from resources like we are here in New York City. So, us in New York City, we have a little bit more of an advantage due to those opportunities. And, I hope to collaborate with a lot of people. I've been a community liaison. I played many roles in my career, in my 6 years coming home, my professional life. And so I'm just like basically transitioning my professionalism with my street smart, with my everything that I learned inside about the issues that women really need. Serving time in all 5 different facilities, maximum, medium, and minimum. I learned a little bit about what everybody needs, and everybody needs is very different. So we're gonna create this together, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I just want to distinguish the difference between what you want to do and what you have to do. Just know that you don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do this at all. So another thing that I want you to know, and a very important thing that I want you to know about this power and leadership movement, it has an expiration date. For me, at least. Anybody else want to take it over, be my guest. I created it. I birthed it. You can have it. Adopt it. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to grow. It's growing already. You feel me? You inspire people's minds by the work that you do, and I know I've inspired a lot of people, and thank you so much for all the support that y'all give, because trust me, it's definitely fuel. And for all of the fear and all of y'all starting that stalky, spooky bullshit, I'm telling you, that shit is fuel as well at this point. So you can hop off it, motherfuckers, or you can hop on it and just continue to get yourselves mad, or you can hop in on it or just continue to get yourselves mad. So, nevertheless, we got to continue to move. We got to continue to keep pushing, because I don't know what they're so shaking in their boots for. But then again, yes, I do. But like I said, at the end of the day, this power and leadership movement, it has an expiration date. And so it's designed in a way so that everybody is their own boss. Everybody is their own leader and becomes their own leader. Because for me, I had to follow the lead. You understand what I'm saying? Coming home, I watched my son, and I saw my son's story similar to my story on some G shit. You understand what I'm saying? But then, You know, he went and he almost lost his rap career, but he got back on. Then you see Remy Ma come home. She almost lost her rap career, and then she came home. And then you see Donna Hilton come home, and you hear about her advocacy and her activism work and her movement and her loud voice speaking at the Women's March and everything else that she has done to put herself emotionally on the line, to get people to understand. A lot of us have done that. And it's sad that a lot of us still want to do that. But you know, a lot of things is very interesting to me. And I will tell you this. If you want to know more about the power and leadership movement, ask me. Ask me offline. You got to ask me offline. All that other stuff, I mean, I'm available on and offline. So you can ask it online, and I'll direct you offline if it's not if it's a question that, you know, we can answer offline. So you can contact me at rev.puzzle@hotmail.com. If you have my direct number, you can hit me up there. You already know what it is. We on to bigger and better things, self-improvement. That's what it is. Other than that, it's Puzzle Power and Leadership. That's the movement, Puzzle the Revolutionary. That's my name. This is it.